Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to celebrate the Asian American Awareness Month, which is the month of April, and we are blessed to have a traditional dance troupe. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time introducing them because Ake is here and he can give you all of the information. They're young people who have aspired to maintain their traditional culture, and that is always a thing that's admirable. And we're very blessed, and we would like very much to give a good welcome to our group, Luk Lao Laan Lao. Okay, I did it. Oh, by the name. My name is Alverno College, and I work as a multicultural program coordinator for the International and Intercultural Center. Thank you very much. Let's give them a warm welcome again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Anacola. Can you all hear me okay? That's fine. Okay. We are Luk Lao Laan. We are a traditional music and dance troupe based here in Milwaukee. I know that they don't look like, 18, 19-year-olds, but when they started, they were in junior high school, in high school, so it's been about 5 or 6 years since our program started. So again, my name is Ake. So we've had this program for about 6 years now, and we are continually trying to preserve Lao music and Lao culture. When I was younger, I would go to like different events, Lao cultural events, and they would always play, recorded music and dance. And so I really wanted to have live music, so that we can bring in young people, both boys and girls, into our program. So this is kind of the end results of that thinking, so many years back. But so I'll just introduce our players first. So Jason here, raise your hand. Jason. We have Brandon on the can, Dante, Anthony, Hannah, Bianca, and Nat, who are our dancers for today. So we have the instruments too. We have a lanat, which is a kind of a xylophone, wooden. So you can find this in traditional Lao, Thai, and Khmer or Cambodian court music. The kim, or the dulcimer, is also kind of a court music, very much kind of Chinese influence over the centuries. The lanat there, and the can is the only kind of real traditional Lao instrument. It is a folk instrument. It is an instrument found among the commoners or the peasantry. So it is one of the few kind of quintessential Lao instruments that we have. All right. So with that, I don't want to spend too much time talking. So we'll start off with our first song. So April is also when the Lao people, we celebrate our New Year. So this week actually is when we celebrate our New Year. It's a 3-day celebration. So our first song is Wepuan Pi Mai, which is a New Year blessing song. So we're going to bless all of you and wish you all Happy New Year. All right?
Ready?
so much. So I'll just talk a little bit about the movement. So usually when we have this dance, we have guests, kind of honored guests, sit up front. I know we're kind of social distancing, but usually the guests would sit up front here, and they would place flowers in the guests' hands as they make their rounds here. But we weren't able to do that this time. So yeah, so a lot of the upward motions is kind of about kind of making offerings, so any kind of raising of the hands is offering, and then the kind of motions that refer to flowers or different aspects of kind of everyday life as well. Okay, thanks, ladies. So our next song will be an instrumental. So this next song is called Lao Laan. So a lot of the songs, and it means kind of Gasad just means kind of the flow, so it kind of have a nice flow, but the lyrics that accompany the song, which we don't have, but is really about being a good student, being very studious. It's sung by school children, kind of very commonly known among school children in Laos. A lot of the numbers that we're performing today were written and composed during the 1930s and the 40s, at a time when there was a surge of Lao nationalism in Laos in a time period where, during World War II, the French were kind of on their way out of French Indochina and Southeast Asia. So a lot of these songs were kind of composed to kind of galvanize the sense of Lao nationalism during this time period. So this song is Lao Laan. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that was Lao Laan. So if if you're around kind of the Lao community in Milwaukee a lot, you might, at different events, you'll hear this song fairly often. I do want to kind of maybe just introduce a little bit more about our performers here a bit. So Dixon here is fairly new, probably our newest member here. So he's been playing the Lanac for how long now, Jason?
3 months.
3 months. So we're continually trying to grow our program and grow interest in some of these traditional instruments and trying to preserve them. Dante, Anthony, and Brandon, and Bianca a little bit have been with this program since 2015, so 6 years now. And Dante has kind of taken on a leading role in teaching some of the other students here, and he's also plays multiple instruments as well, right? Yeah. And Brandon, do you play anything else? No. No. So, Anthony, do you play something else? Not really. Okay. But we're continually trying to grow the program and hopefully we can grow the program to the point where we can import. So a lot of these instruments we import from Thailand and Laos, and there's a few that we were able to buy through different places here in the U.S. as well. All right. So our next song here we have is Dok Wat Hong. Okay, so Dok Wat Hong is literally translated as the golden lotus flower. So a lot of these songs are odes to various flowers, and they represent kind of a love or distant love for someone or something. So this is Dok Wat Hong, and it's a very kind of famous song as well. All right, so Dok Wat Hong. Thank you so much. So that was Dr. Watong. So like I mentioned earlier, the 1930s and 1940s was when a lot of these songs were composed. Our next song is also an ode to a flower. That is the Dog Champa, which is I think the scientific term is Plumeria frangipani. So if you go to Laos, or if it's a very kind of recognizable flower. Originally brought to Southeast Asia via the Portuguese from South America, but it has become the national flower of Laos. It is kind of, very fragrant. So this song, this ode to the Champa flower, was written in the kind of the early 1940s by a man who was exiled from Laos during that time period. And while he was exiled in Thailand, neighboring Thailand, he composed this song. The lyrics were added later, but it's kind of a sadder song about someone who misses their homeland, but unable to return. And I think for a lot of the Lao population here, being away from home, being former refugees of war, and resettling here in the United States, this song means quite a lot to us, because it kind of still connects us to our former homeland. Right? So this is Champa Lao. Thank you very much. So we do have one final song for everyone, but before we do that, I just want to say thank you again to Ms. Anacola. Thank you to the administrators, to the faculty and staff, and especially the students of Alverno for allowing us to share space with you this afternoon. We very much enjoyed it, and we hope that you've enjoyed our performance as well. Our last song, we kind of want to leave off with more of an upbeat song. And as you're kind of enjoying lunch, this song is called Diakin Gui, which literally translates into the bats eat the bananas, right? So you'll have to use your imagination a little bit. So it's a bit faster paced song, so you can imagine bats kind of buzzing around bananas. That's what this song is about here, okay? So thank you again. This is our last song, Diakin Gui. I'll turn it back over to Ms. Adekola here.
Let's give them another welcome round. We are so blessed to have access to authentic community agencies as we do. The Luk Lao Laan, wait a minute, say it again. Luk Lao Laan Lao. I got it. It's the grandchildren. And it's a very special group. This is the final of our cultural series for the year. We do openings for each of the major cultural months. We start with the Hispanic, and we had Los Moreles, which was a resistance group in Mexico, perform. And then we had, in our Native American, we had the awesome Ronnie Preston that brought us the sacred eagle feather and the water ceremony. And then by Saban Marks. And then we had a traditional African drumming group for African American Month. And now we have had the blessing, and you leave those flower petals right there unless you want to collect them, because I have an African spiritual broom that I can use. And we have had all these groups bless our stage. So these videos, the links will be available on our network for all this cultural. And we have our ceremonies coming up. We have now added an Asian rites of passage to our Latina con fuerza and our bestowing of the Kente. So we are working very hard to be responsive to social justice and diversity and inclusion here at Alverno College. Thank you again for coming, and don't forget to watch these wonderful performances on our network. Thank you so much.